Marti, another home win. What did you like about what you saw from the team tonight?
Well, first of all, very happy for players, for the fans, because it's been a long time waiting for this win-win, two consecutive wins in a row. Important for us as well against an opponent that is close to us in the table. And yeah, I know that it was not the best first half of my life as a coach. We know players were disappointed, and was disappointed, and yeah, probably our fans that they have a great taste for good football. They knew as well. Um, I spoke a lot during the week or the previous days about expectations, and everybody perhaps would like now to expect after a good performance against Norwich that it's going to be a walk in the park. It's not the reality of Championship. I've been here 1 year and try to learn quick. This is not the reality of Championship. You need to uh, grind it, work through it, and yeah, we that was the kind of game that I could expect actually. So we spoke in the halftime to be very calm. We made some adjustments, but it was very important to keep believing on what we were doing and to capitalize in our moments because football is a game of small margins.
Can you tell us any more about what you said at half time? Seemed to be a bit of an increase in the tempo, intensity.
We adjust a couple of details from a tactical point of view in our build-up. In the first half, we were getting a bit locked on how to beat the high press. We spoke a little bit about how to improve our ball tempo when we were high on the pitch. I think that certainly we did. Perhaps the best period of the game, in my opinion, for us was the first 20 minutes of the second half. Not only for the goals, but as well the way we start to attack, the ball tempo, the capacity to shift the game faster and get longer sequences in possession. The reality is that we had the accuracy to score in these situations, and in the halftime we spoke about believing in the process. When you look back 3 weeks ago, everybody would have yeah take a victory like this, and now suddenly it seems that what we did in the first half was not good enough, which I agree. It must be better, but I think that we need to be very humble and be aware where we are with a lot of injured players, very important players. Some of them hopefully coming back soon. The reality is that we're missing a lot of key players, and it's not easy to do what those guys are doing. To be mentally the long that period that we had with all the adversity that we have been through, I want to give a lot of credit to the players.
And Sam gets 2 goals, two really nice finishes. You saw him at the end of last season score a few goals as well. And now that he's playing a bit higher up, Jonathan, midfield as well, you expect to see that more from him, getting in the box more, scoring more goals.
If he can get the hat trick today in the header, then it will be cherry on the cake, no? Yeah, I think that Sam has been showing this quality when he plays high on the pitch, what we call as a number six, which he has been done a lot. Now Jonah is playing in that role as well, but we know that Sam, when he plays as an eight, he has this capacity to fill the box. His second line runs, and he scored some goals already since I'm here, so it's not a surprise. Happy for him. It was not an easy decision to drop out Kieran Morgan after a good performance against Norwich. We thought it could be a good moment as well to give him a bit of rest in a condensed week and to get fresh legs with Sam. I thought it was a win-win for everybody. So happy that it paid off, and then happy as well the way we managed the last minutes because Ryan Colley was feeling a little bit sick during the morning. We were a bit doubtful if he could play or not. At the end, he was brave. He was strong. He wanted to start. After 55, 60 minutes, you could see that he was done. So he tried his best for the team. And then I think it was good to see that Alfie Lloyd coming back still from his injury, getting some good minutes. The fact that we could as well rotate Jonah, that is on 4 yellow cards, so it's very important that we can have him on Saturday against Bristol because they are one of the best counter-attacking teams in the league. So small things that internally means a lot. Means a lot.
And Ryan does really well for the first goal, hit it back across goal like a proper striker sort of thing to do. Obviously, at the start of the season, we saw him play more wide, but do we see different qualities from him when he plays through the middle?
I think mainly, and I speak, I think about it. I think that Brian has been playing mostly as a striker, second striker of his academy career, so to say. And then when he jumped into the first team, we always think that this kind of play that is more like a second striker, perhaps, can get a little bit more time on the ball, easier from a tactical point of view to play a bit wider, to get more mature. We saw this process well with Alfie Lloyd, that is mainly a striker, but it's not easy to play against very strong centre halves like we have in this league. Yeah, he's giving us good things, and in the moment where we are actually missing Jan, that is a big blow for us and for him, but we are very sad for him because he was starting to play really good, and then Mitch is not ready yet. it's very good news that we have two young players that are performing at a good level.
And Koki does really well for the second goal. Seems to have played quite well in lots of different positions. Now Ilias is back. Is it a bit difficult to try and move Koki from the left, or are you happy to just try and play him anywhere?
Happy with problems if that's the ones that I need to face. So happy to face those, and we'll try to find solutions. We'll try to find a way to make. I always say the good players can always play together, so we'll try to find a way.
And do you think the new players are adjusting more to playing the 3-game weeks? It feels like Madsen, Varane, they're finding it more comfortable playing in the Championship.
Definitely, there is an adaptation process. We spoke a lot about during the summer about it, and we know that it takes time. Some players click faster than others. We're happy about the way it's progressing, and we expect more from them and from everyone else, because now today we're very happy. We won, clean sheet, some good trend, but the reality is that we have some teams behind us that has 1 or even 2 games less than us. It's very tight. We need to keep improving. We need to keep getting better, because it's going to be a long season.
And just finally, for you on a personal note, how much better is a night or an evening after a win? Because you had a long spell without a win, especially here. How different is it for you? I'm sure you can tell me you're focusing on Bristol the weekend, but
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now I'm gonna go down with my staff, enjoy a little bit, talk about the game, feel happy about it, and in the moment that I sit in the car, go back home, I will start to think about, okay, tomorrow we have a practice, we need to prepare Bristol, how we're gonna do this, how we can improve that. That's the manager. You enjoy not much the victories. I enjoy it, but not for long. And unfortunately, the defeats, then it stays much longer. But that's the way it is.
Thanks, Martin. Enjoy it where you can.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask a bit more about at halftime. What does a halftime team talk look after kind of nervous first half where things weren't going right? When you're in that situation, how do you kind of inspire belief? You say you try and give them belief. How do you inspire the team?
It's not easy, and for me, it's one of the most important things as a manager to understand what kind of message do the players need, and every player as well is different. So sometimes there are some players that they need a little bit of a push, some of the players that need just the opposite, a clap on the back, and I think it's important to understand that sometimes it's very easy to get angry just because the first half was not working, and it's something that I learned through my career. Perhaps these are the moments when you as a manager you need to show more calmness, because that's what the guys, or most of them, need. So credit to the players. I didn't win the second half. I didn't score 2 goals. It was the players. So I just tried to do my job the best I know. And I think the guys started the second half really well. And I'm very pleased for that, because I know that the supporters want more. I want more. Everybody wants more. But football is not an easy game. We need to respect that Oxford is a team that builds up well, that we knew that we had to press well, at least as good as we did against Norwich, because they are a team that tried to build a lot. They have good players as well. Brannigan, I think, is a very good player. They have their style very clear. I think that his coach has been done a really good job. So we need to pay respect that there is always an opponent and a coach that prepares the game well. And it's not easy to just play 90 minutes every weekend at top level.
Was it a case today where you had a lot less possession? I think it was 30% possession at the end of the game. You were more comfortable, more willing to just be without the ball but defend well, because you've got clearly this good run now of not conceding in 3 games, I think it is, and having clean sheets. And was that something that you'd worked on or had planned for, or today was that just how the game turned out?
We need to improve. That's a clear fact. So obviously there are different ways to get to develop as a team, and there are different ways to make sure that we defend well. For me, one of the best ways to defend is through having the possession and to move the ball quicker. At the end, it was not easy. Perhaps you could see me in one sequence that we were starting to have the ball for a long time. Then we rushed a little bit with Kieran Morgan because we want to attack, and I understand that sometimes the temptation is there, but it's about understanding the game moments. As a team, we need to develop this power. We need to improve. I'm not sure if it was 30%. I've seen something like 60-40 for Oxford. Again, sometimes the dynamics of the game, when you are leading to nil, the position will put more players in front of the ball, will risk more because that's the nature of the game. And then you need to defend in different ways. But it's something definitely that we want to improve. Good at being without the ball, but as well we need to learn how to keep the ball longer, not only to attack but as well to defend.
Just quickly on Nicholas Madsen, looked like he picked up a knock. Do you have any idea if that is an injury or was it more of a caution?
Yeah, for second game in a row, he gets a big impact on his around his ankle, shin, calf, all this area. and he was very painful. So immediately when he went out, he told me that he will try, but he was not feeling very confident. Hopefully, it's just going to be a big knock, and hopefully he will be ready for Saturday. But we'll see.
It looks like that's something that Madsen's doing a lot more now that you've spent more time working with him. At the start of the season, it's something that tackles didn't seem to come naturally to him. But is that something that you do spend a lot of time on training and also psychologically preparing him for those sort of moments in the game?
Credit to the player that is adapting, understanding what the league needs, and not only through training but through the games. He understands that he can give us a little bit more on this part, which I think he shows clearly that he's improving. And then we want to see much more from him when we have the ball, because he's a player that we know has quality on the last pass, on getting into the second line, getting into the box, and so on. And we need to see more from him, especially on this. The good thing is that I see a good attitude, and he really wants to improve.
Are you suggesting that the fans were a bit impatient in the first half? And you said we have to stay humble. Is that what you were suggesting?
Yeah, I think that it was a good, clear feeling, I would say, at the halftime and during the first half, which I understand. I completely understand, because, as I said, I think that QPR has a history of playing attractive football and attacking football, and I like that. That was one of the main reasons why I came here. I completely agree that the first half was not great, but at the same time, I think that everybody understands where we come from. That 3 weeks ago, this was looking difficult, and now the expectations, because it's normal, because fans are emotional. I know that against Bristol, everybody will expect a win, and that's the way it must be. But I'm aware that it's not going to be an easy game, and that we need to keep growing as a team. And I know as well that the fans will be with us and will be behind us, because when we were playing even perhaps worse than what we did today in the first half, some weeks ago, they were behind the team. So that's I understand that, and it's part of football. But I'm definitely committed to make sure that we can improve our performance.